right, so now we're on to the last of the videos. So if you've gotten this far, you're actually ready to start transferring your image onto your drawing paper. Before you do so, you want to label these. So across the top is numbers, so the first box, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, up to however many boxes you have. And then down the side, you want to label those with numbers. Or I'm sorry, with letters. You can do it the other way, but one should be letters and one should be numbers. So that you can get, okay, I'm in box A1. So whatever I'm seeing in A1 should be over here. This is a good time to talk about our backgrounds. You'll notice my background has a lot of clutter. Don't worry about your background at this point. I'm worried about stuff in your face. So we want to make sure that we're worried about that stuff. We'll get back to the back. We'll talk about the background when I return. But for right now, we're just worried about face. So don't put anything, for right now, don't sketch anything where it's just negative space. And in case you're wondering why we do this, it's so that, again, so we can kind of map out where things are. So for example, on this map, I know you guys are used to using Google Maps and GPS and all of that stuff, and GPS is even kind of old school, but on an old school map, if I looked on this and I wanted to find where Liverpool was, and I looked up in the index and it said Liverpool was in G10, I would find G and I'd look down G and I'd follow, so it's toward the bottom of G10. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're mapping out our features. We're not starting out with shading. We're just getting the basics. So if we compare box 3B over here, I know that starting about here, if I'm looking here, I want to go down maybe a little bit lower and then come over just a little bit there. And it's like my forehead kind of has a little bit of a bump to it there. It's going to make you really aware of things. Now I'm sketching with my 6B. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go very lightly with either your 2B or even mechanical pencil, very lightly so you're not damaging the tooth. I want to keep that really nice and light. So then this continues there. But I'm going a little bit darker just so, again, so that you can see it in the video, because sometimes that's hard to see. Speaking of C, in C2, just my forehead just takes a little bit of that corner out. So this helps me kind of get started on what's happening. Now my glasses, those go all the way over into D1. And so I'm going to get that kind of sketching too. So I'm following and I'm fitting the proportions in. And you may want to start, maybe you want to start with the outside of your face, maybe you want to start with the eyes. A lot of times I love to start the drawings with the eyes. That one was easier just because it was closer and I could show you those parts. But even with the eyes, I want to pay attention to the very basic shapes. Okay, I'm just going to map those out, and I want to pay very close attention to their placement. So I want to make sure I'm in the right box. So D3, I need to be in D3 as I start figuring out, okay, so my glasses there, my glasses are pretty predominant, so I may need to focus on that. But you're sketching in where it fits in there, and you kind of mark a little bit first and then start to sketch so that you're getting the curves and getting the shapes as you actually see them, not as much how you think you see them. And it's going to show you, especially like if you're ever at a more extreme angle or something in your photograph, a lot of times we want to draw what we think should be there rather than what we actually see there. So you're transferring data from here over to here very lightly, because you want to be able to erase if you need to. So all of my lines are too dark, so your drawings should not be this dark. This is only that dark so you can see it in my video. 2B or number 2 pencil, mechanicals work great for this stage. Not for a lot of other things, but for this stage they work pretty well. So keep it light, keep it gentle pressure as well. So the rest of this, you do your thing, and again, sketch on as best you can. Okay, have a good day.